time ago. I don't even remember when. The phone itself doesn't work anymore. I can't hear anybody talking. The case costs more than the phone itself, and I don't want to buy a new case. It's paid off, and there's no contract. My phone is good enough. It's not the greatest phone, but it's my phone.
Hello and welcome to Lunch Therapy. I'm your host, Joel Marshall. So great to be here today. I have someone from my hometown, Kira Dorrian. She's a voiceover artist, an actor, a parent, a therapist, even a hypnotherapist with a really interesting life. So we're going to have fun today. Thanks to everybody who's a Patreon of the show. Couldn't do it without you. Some of them are in the chat room today. Todd, thanks for all the support that you give to the show. Today we're going to talk about what it is to be a voiceover artist, what it is to be an actor, what it is to be a parent and an artist, how to get voiceover jobs, perhaps. Maybe we get some tips. Let's get into this thing. But first we breathe. For the warm greeting. Thank you, Richard, for the warm greeting. It's great to see you. Richard is a singer of Sinatra-type songs. He's a really wonderful singer. Huge in Vegas, huge in the Valley. Very tiny in Japan, though. Very tiny. Healing Vibrations behind me, another Seattle group. They always help us out with some nice background crystal bowls while we breathe, and that's what we do right now. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. One more, in through the nose, out through the toes. Let it go. This is something we also do in actor training. We do deep breaths, we breathe deeply, we work with our voice. And my guest today also does that with the professional actor training program at the University of Washington as well. Works with voiceover. She does some teaching there as well. Let's get into this thing, but first, some music. Really nervous about this weekend. Well, I'm actually not that nervous. Got the Super Bowl coming. I think it's about time the Seahawks redeemed themselves from 11 years ago, where we didn't give Marshawn Lynch the ball. Everyone knows about that. We've seen that clip a million times. We're going to see it a million times on Sunday. It's about time to put that to bed. Joel, I'm sorry to hear that you have crystal bowls. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? I'm going to have to see a doctor about that. This is Handpan Dan. He's been on the show. He's out of Kansas. And now I'm going to shut up while he plays a little music. Get us in the mood for a good interview. That's Handpan Dan. Go over to his YouTube channel, not now because you're watching this show, but another time. And subscribe to Handpan Dan, Daniel Baird. There's another Handpan Dan, which is terrible atrocity, confusion. But make sure you go to the Daniel Baird one. What's worse is that I was there at the stadium in that last play. You were? That was terrible. I was actually, well, I'll tell the story while I can. I had invited Judd Nelson over to my house, who's a dear friend and also has been on the show. And he is a Patriots fan because he grew up in Maine. But he was the only person that I could have there during that game. And when the atrocity happened, he got up and turned off the TV right away. And he was like, you don't want to watch that. But instead, we've watched it for like 11 years. Anyway, enough about the Seahawks. Today, we have Kira Dorrian on the show. Kira is from the Pacific Northwest, raised there. She started performing when she was 3 years old, and by the age of 12, she was working on a professional level. I don't know how you do that from Seattle. I don't know, but she was. Kirian is a warm, engaging voiceover artist and an actor. She went to the Tisch School of the Arts, which is a prestigious program at NYU. And then she went to London, which seems crazy to me. She went to London, where all the London actors, all the British actors could be like, what are you doing here, you American? What are you doing? That's not acting. Where she performed in numerous stage productions and even appeared in BBC's drama series Land Girls. Her voiceover talents have been featured by top global brands, from Disney to Sega to BBC Radio, and she served as the voice of Toshiba across multiple contents, and you'll see a little clip here. She moved back to Seattle in 2009. She's been working since with Coca-Cola, Toyota, Xfinity, Alaska Airlines. Rick Steves, my piano teacher. The Pacific Science Center, one of my favorite places. Grew up there. Grew up in the Science Center. She also shares her expertise by coaching aspiring voice actors in her own training studio. And like I said, she's a guest lecturer for the University of Washington's PATP Professional Actor Training Program. Very prestigious program. And she's the proud mom of twins. She calls them T-Bass, which means two babies at the same time. In 2023, she stepped back on stage for the first time in 12 years, playing the lead in the world premiere of Refugees in the Garden City. So there you go. Mike Knox says Rick Steves. Yeah, he was my piano teacher. One of them amazing travel man. Let's see what people are saying here. Saw something about a Breakfast Club reunion. Is that for reals? I think they had one. If you want a more exciting musical experience, try Handpan Van Dam. He fights while he plays handpan. I left right after the play. Oh, he left right after. We're not talking about Kira's play. We're talking about the fateful day. Jason says he's Cuban. I'm Cuban B. I don't know what it means, but I'm sure it's something I don't understand. Or Pan hands the Marlboro Man as Sam Darnold's grandpa. All right, let's get into this thing. This is called Lunch Therapy. We have fun here, but we don't waste time. We don't waste time. This is cool. We are having fun. It's not silly.
When what we watch constantly redefines itself, shouldn't how we watch it do the same? The new upscaling range from Toshiba. Clearer, sharper, richer images.
They're lucky. They're lucky. They got the lunch therapy bump. All right, Kira, Dorrian, so great to have you here on Lunch Therapy. Welcome.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to be here, and go Hawks.
Go
Come on.
Hawks.
Go
Come on. Come on. I know.
I love
it's
that you
exciting.
call it the atrocity.
It was an atrocity.
It was an atrocity, but I appreciate that that's like the official name for it
That's
now.
right.
Like
That's the official
atrocity.
name. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so great to have you here. I've got so many questions about this career that you have. First of all,
Me too.
I
have a lot of questions about my career.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, like, you seem like an anomaly. Okay, so I said at the beginning of the show that you started when you were 3 years old in the entertainment industry. How did that happen? How did that happen?
Oh, it was a really big launch. I played the Wicked Queen in Snow White at like
Wow.
a children's summer
All
camp.
right. Really?
It was huge. It
The
was huge.
Wicked Queen, a 3-year-old
Yes.
Wicked Queen. That must have been
Yeah.
something else. Did you
I
know
was pretty mean.
when you first stepped on the boards there at the summer camp, did you know that this was what you were going to be doing for a lifelong avocation? No.
No, but I did know. I got my first like proper lead role in I mean, it was a community theater thing, but it was, not summer camp, right?
Yeah.
When I was 9, I was cast as Annie in Annie.
Oh,
And that was when I knew. That was when I was like,
That's a big
yeah,
deal.
this is,
that's a big role
I want
too.
to sing and dance.
That's a big
It
role.
was. It was a huge surprise. It was a huge surprise. My parents certainly were not expecting it. So
Were you like
were
a
very
natural singer, or did you train, or what? Were your parents like training you to be an Olympic athlete of acting?
I'm acting. No. I come from musical people. My dad sang and my mom played piano, and they were huge patrons of the arts, which is why I think they introduced me to it at such a young age. And my mom gave me some little voice lessons when I was little, but nothing. I didn't really start proper training until I was in high school.
Where'd you go to high
But
school?
they were. I went to. Should I tell you? I went to Newport High School.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Go. I don't
Go
know.
Knights.
Go
Go
Knights.
I mean,
Did they have a robust theater program there?
they had an okay theater program. At that point, I was working professionally, so I sometimes would like direct at school, but I was mostly working outside of there at that point.
Wow, you really hit the ground running. Were your parents super encouraging of that avocation?
Yeah, maybe too encouraging. Like I think, not that they were pushing me to do it,
Yeah.
but I think both my parents grew up in families where their dreams were not encouraged. And so I think they were both very, very passionate that they would do that differently. And I'm an only child, which may or may not become clear throughout the course of this interview. And so I think they really was like, she has a dream. How can we support it? I think I wish they had been a little more realistic about like what that was going to look like,
Really?
and maybe set me up a little bit better for how to make money.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right?
Yeah, and also I think, as you said, like my career's been kind of wild. Like I like to say that if you meet me at a party, I make no sense whatsoever, and then if you hear the whole story, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish there had been a little bit of room for, your dreams change as you get older, what you want, how you want to do your art, how you want to define yourself. Like those things shift and change, and you don't have to hold it so tightly. Like the dream you had when you were 9 doesn't have to be the dream that you have when you're 30 or 40. I wish I had had a better understanding of that going into the field.
Yeah, and you also feel like an obligation to kind of prove that it was the right choice.
Absolutely.
And everything evolves so much, especially now. I mean, things evolve so much that you could never even know what that is when you were playing Annie on the stage.
Right.
So, but you got a really good launch. You went to Tisch
Did.
in
I
New
was
York
so
City.
fortunate.
Was that a big shocker to go to New York City after growing up in the Pacific Northwest?
No, because my grandparents lived there, so I had spent quite a bit of time there. And I actually spent a summer when I was 14, which is crazy when I think about this now because my kids are 14.
Yeah.
My parents sent me at 14 to New York City to stay with my grandparents and go to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts for the summer. And I literally wandered around New York City all by
By
myself,
yourself?
smoking cigarettes. Yeah. They
14.
they were like, have a great time. I mean, they had a lot of rules for my grandparents, and my grandparents didn't follow any of those rules.
It's
So
hilarious.
it was, I mean, I fell in love with the city, and that was how I knew I wanted to go to NYU. But, but yeah, I was very independent from a very young age.
Wow. Did you have a lot of success at the Tisch School of the Arts? Did you feel like you belonged there?
Tisch was interesting. A lot of us that were in that program are unpacking what happened to us back there.
Yeah. Yeah. Drama school can be difficult.
Yeah, it was very much, there's the drama program, and then within Tisch at the time there were 6 different schools of acting, so different methods. And you got sort of placed in one of them. And I think that some of them, including the one I was at, really had an antiquated, we got to break you down to rebuild you
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
perspective on
That is the
artist
worst
creation.
philosophy ever. That's the
pretty bad.
military. That's not acting.
Right, exactly. And we're young. We're like 18 years old, and we really don't know the kind of artist we want to be. We just know that we want to do this work. And so I felt like very quickly people got pigeonholed, and very quickly people got kind of like, the teachers decided how they felt about you, and then it was very hard to change that over the course of the 4 years. What I did get was, I would say I got excellent acting training, like without question. I really got set up very well to do my job. I did not get set up well to go get a job.
Well,
So,
sometimes in those programs, they're sort of like, they just really put that to the side, like the actual nuts and bolts of the business of acting. And yesterday I was at an improv mic, and I got a note. Basically, they have these notes in a hat, and you pull it out, and you're supposed to do a riff on whatever it says. And it said, "What is the saying that you believe but is total bullshit?" And it was,
oh, I love that.
"Follow your dreams, and the money will come."
Oh yeah,
You know how
totally.
people say that? Follow your dreams,
Yes.
and the money will come.
And artists live by that, and
Yeah, they
also
do.
know it's total bullshit.
Yeah,
That's so
it's
funny.
total bullshit. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And I went to school with like children of famous people,
Oh,
right?
really?
Tisch,
Yeah.
Tisch is that kind of prestigious. So like there are several famous people now who I was at school with. And most of them were children of celebrities. So there was also like that kind of like hovering in the background that like if you weren't a child of a celebrity, you were
A lot of
not
times
as
those,
exciting.
in my experience at Cal Arts, that those people don't try as hard either. You know what I mean? Like they show, in my experience at least, they show up like every once in a while because they don't have the same, like, I don't know, drive.
One of them, who's very famous now, was fantastic to work with. Like really always showed up, always did her job, was kind, was everything you would hope that situation would be. And yeah, some of the others, not so much.
Not so much. Anyway, we won't bag on them. But
No. there's
so you
reasons
said
for
there were 6 different types of acting programs. What, I don't understand. What were the 6? Like musical theater and theater and
No, so it was
comedy?
like there was a musical theater program,
yeah.
but then there was like the Adler technique. So that's where I was. I was at Adler. There was Stanislavski.
Oh, you mean they had it?
Oh, sorry, Strasberg.
They trained
was the
people in
studio.
different acting techniques.
Different theories. Yeah, different techniques.
Wow.
Meisner, Atlantic, which is David Mamet's studio.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be in that one. That one I would not want to be in.
They produced some really
Did
good
they?
actors, as did Meisner. Yep, some of the best came
Because
out of Meisner. I
Mamet is
thought.
always saying like, oh, you either have talent or you don't. So like, I'm like, what is the point of actor training then if you either have talent and you're good or you don't? You know what I mean?
That's what a great question.
It's a great question. Like, why teach then? And I think it was his biography or some interview that I heard with him where he said that he started the Atlantic program because they just wanted to make some money.
Oh, I mean, he's a fascinating character, and I love his writing. One of my favorite things about Mamet is he does not trust actors at all.
Yeah,
he hates actors.
Yeah.
And so he writes like he hates them.
Yeah.
And like we're idiots. So his text is so easy. Like if you understand what capitals mean, what an exclamation point means, what a period means, what a comma means, what an ellipses mean, you don't have to do anything, which was his point. He was like, I don't want you to have to try and act.
Yeah.
Let me just put it all in the punctuation for you.
It is fun. It is really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever done Glengarry Glen Ross or any of those plays, it is like Crack the Whip. It's sort of like doing Shakespeare.
Well, I was just going to say, it's exactly, because Shakespeare's the same. If you understand the punctuation in Shakespeare and you're looking at a first folio.
And you get out of the way.
Yeah, it does everything for you.
It's true.
Great. It's
true.
Easy peasy.
It takes you for a ride, for sure, for sure. So I can understand why he thinks that, and probably he wants to have that kind of control. Doesn't want people to mess with his words.
Yeah. And as a playwright now, because I just finished my first full length and had a workshop of it, I was like, oh, I get it. Please say it exactly like this, because that's how I wrote it.
Yeah. And as an actor, you do really appreciate someone who writes that well, because it's much easier to even memorize, because everything just sort of has a
someone
rhythm
once
to
said
it.
to me that, if you are having trouble memorizing your lines, it means the play's not well written.
Yeah. It's
because it should be easy to fall off the tongue and
it should just make sense.
Like that's how we speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I know also when you do Mamet, you start talking like that too, like just in your regular day.
Yeah.
Todd wants to know what your play is about. Look at that. Got a question.
Oh, that's a very long. Can I answer that? That's a long.
Of course.
Very cool. Okay, here we go. So my play, I've been working on this play for 20 years. I finally finished it.
Yeah.
I'm very proud. My son was a huge influence on that.
Really?
Yeah, I told him the plot and he was like, Mom, you have to finish that. And then he bugged me every week for a year. Like, have you worked on a play? Have you worked on a play?
You not only have encouraging parents, but you have encouraging kids.
I do. I have wonderful kids. So the play is about a Jewish family who have just lost their matriarch, and they're all kind of come together, and Jews sit Shiva for a week after someone dies. So they're at the very end of Shiva. They've just sort of closed the door on the very last person, and they're going to have one last dinner together. And then there's a knock at the door, and this very old man shows up with his daughter and basically explains that he knew the matriarch in the camps, and that they actually had a love affair, and that he'd spent his whole life looking for her and had just found her and found out that she had died. But he also has some secrets that unfold and
that sounds good.
explode the family and divide them on how they want to handle it. And it's really just a play about generational trauma, generational responsibility, and generational forgiveness. Like, what is each generation's responsibility to move forward beyond our trauma?
Are you doing like readings of the play now, or what's happening with it?
We just did this workshop, which was fantastic. I was so grateful. We got some great feedback. So I just am like finishing another rewrite right now. And then who knows? So if anyone out there wants to workshop it, I would love that.
Good. What is the theater scene like up there in the Seattle area now?
It is smaller. We've lost some of our theaters just because, like, post-COVID, I think audiences dropped by like 60%. It was really bad.
Wow.
Yeah, and they just have not recovered.
Yeah, it's hard to get people out of
I don't know how well you
their
remember
homes.
the theater scene.
Well, when I was there,
yeah, and it's expensive.
it's hard. Yeah, it's expensive. And like with the theater, you got to get people to come night after night after night and fill the theaters. It's not like a one-shot deal. That's
right.
Todd likes the story. Todd likes the story.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, so like, the ACT Theater, which is one of our big union
Yeah.
houses, and Seattle Shakespeare Company
Hmm.
is another. They've now merged because I
Oh,
think
they
Seattle Shakes
merged.
couldn't
Wow.
afford to stay afloat. Yeah, so they're now the Union Arts Center, I think is what they're called. We lost Book It. Book It had to fold. They're now sort of like back in a weird way, kind of like we lost Intimon and Intimon's back. So it's a little bit
Oh.
like that. But they're still like, the big houses are still doing great work.
Mm.
Like the Rep and the ACT in particular take a lot of risks and do a lot of really interesting theater.
Hmm.
And then we've still got a lot of the small houses and the fringe, houses that are, similarly trying things out, working as a launch pad for a lot of actors. So it's still a very vibrant scene. It's just smaller than it was.
Is there still a Fringe festival?
No,
No.
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have to ask you something just a sec. Anticipation.
I know. I'm like, what's
I
happening?
know. Well, every once in a while I think maybe after grad school I should have gone to London and took on a British accent and then come back to the United States as a British actor because they just love British actors,
You do.
So
And they do not like Americans over there
I'm
at all.
sure they do not like Americans over there. So what was that experience like, and what was the catalyst to moving to London as an American actor?
Yeah. A great question. Why so silly, Kira? So first of all, it was funny hearing that Toshiba clip because I was in
Yeah.
London when I did Toshiba,
Oh, you
and
were.
I sounded so much more British. It was so funny to hear just how softened everything was. Um, so, okay, I went to London. NYU offered a 1 semester musical theater training program over there, like a exchange basically, and or semester abroad. And they took 6 of us, and so it
Wow.
was like, okay, well, you don't say no to that. So
Hmm.
I went to do that, and while I was there, I got into a show that was going to go up to the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland that summer.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, well, yes, please. So
Yeah.
I came back in the summer to rehearse that show. I went up to Edinburgh, and while I was doing that show, I actually met my husband.
Aha. I knew there
And
was a
so
man
it
involved in
was,
this.
yeah, I know. I'm gonna say a very unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I did not enjoy living in London.
Okay.
It's a great place to visit. I highly recommend visiting,
Yeah.
but I didn't love living there. And I already kind of knew at that point I didn't love living there. But it was easier for me to go there than for him to come here because of visa stuff.
Yeah.
So I was able to get a 2-year visa. And so I said, we have 2 years to get married or break up. Those are our choices.
Wow. Wow. A
So
deadline.
a deadline, yeah. So we got married.
Oh,
So we got
nice.
married really young, and we've been together a really long time. But so that was how I ended up in a city that didn't want me there.
Yeah. Was it hard? I mean, was it really hard to be an actor there? Like, I can't
Yeah,
even
it
imagine.
was.
I
It was
guess
because they wouldn't see me for Shakespeare. They wouldn't see me for Chekhov, like anything that required a British accent. They
they
were not
wouldn't
going to let me
see
do
you
that.
for it. Wow. And then
No.
they're so good at, and I don't know how they were back then, but they're so good at American accents now. I don't know what happened, but somebody jumped in there and started teaching American accents or something because they used to be
Yeah.
terrible at it, and it was great.
Yes. When I was there, they were terrible at it,
Were they?
and they are much better now.
Yeah. Now, I
Much
mean,
better now.
you can't tell. You can't tell.
Yeah.
But
My husband can, and I
I
can.
can. I
We're
mean, you
like,
can
oh,
tell when they get
British.
mad or something. Like all of a sudden,
They're
they
like
get,
emotional.
yeah, when they get all emotional, then you can tell.
Yeah.
But generally, it's a shocker when you hear it. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, that person's British.
Yeah.
And they can come over here and play whatever they want. They can play Superman if they want.
Yeah.
And we,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny, when I was at Steppenwolf Theater, they had, there was a guy there who went to London to direct. And he did great because he went over there and directed like Mammoth and a bunch of American plays at the National Theater. And somehow they loved that. So I don't know.
Yeah. That was not my experience. And my husband was a director, but he's British.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it was tough. It's an expensive city, and there is a lot of old money there, and a lot, not all, but a lot of the people that we saw kind of being able to do the work were the people who didn't have to work 4 jobs to support themselves.
Yeah.
And
That's the
so it's
hard
easier.
part.
You can say, yes to some free work to meet this person and work with this person. I mean, that
Yeah.
I don't want to suggest that that was across the board. I know lots of people who were very successful,
Yeah.
who very talented, worked very hard for it.
Yeah.
But, we were lucky because we were married. We could share an apartment. We took turns. Sometimes I was the breadwinner. Sometimes he was the breadwinner.
And your
Depending on who
husband,
was in
your
a
husband's
show.
a director?
Yeah, he's an actor director. Or he was. He was an actor director. Now he sold his soul to pay for our house and the raising of our children.
Oh, that's cool. So,
he's a good guy.
but maybe he'll go back to it. Maybe he'll direct your play. Who knows?
I mean, I hope he goes back. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started doing hypnotherapy somewhere along the line. Is that when you were in London?
Sort of, yeah. So I went to a hypnotherapist at one point and had a really profound experience. It was not woo-woo at all. I was surprised. I was sort of expecting woo-woo, and it was not. And I
What
actually
exactly
credit that
is woo-woo? People always say woo-woo. What is it? What is woo-woo?
I mean, I think it's different to everyone.
like bullshit?
Right?
Is that what it is?
No. I don't think. I would say well, I guess
Not
when you
very
say
grounded
it has
in
value
reality?
judgment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
More spiritual than cognitive, I guess
Okay.
maybe is a good
Okay.
way
Not
that I would.
scientifically
But
measured.
you're right. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting point. I never thought that when I use that term, maybe there's a value judgment there. So I need to look.
But anyway, you were wrong. You didn't think it was
I was
woo-woo.
wrong. At least the person I worked with and the hypnotherapist I became was much more grounded in cognitive behavioral therapy, really, and what's now called internal family systems, which is a therapeutic model. And so I had this amazing, incredible breakthrough, aha moment. And then I got my Toshiba contract 3 weeks later. And I've always said it was because of that hypnotherapy session. And I'm seeing someone I can't read because I have
Todd
no
says,
eye.
I have done hypnotherapy.
It is guided meditation.
guided
That's exactly right, Todd. You're exactly right. And so I got this huge, Toshiba cracked open, my whole career came from Toshiba. It changed our lives in 100 different ways. And I've always credited it to that hypnotherapy session. So when I was doing Toshiba, I was in this sweet spot of, I was paying all my bills just doing Toshiba, and I was working 1 hour a week. It was bananas.
Oh my God.
And so I had all this time on my hands, and I am a doer and a creator, and I don't I don't know. I always have to be doing. And so I'd said to my husband, if we move back to America, I don't know if my voice is going to translate. I don't know if it's my accent or my voice that's getting me these jobs. And I don't really want to have to go back to working 4 jobs
How
again.
interesting. Yeah. You don't know.
And
It's
so
just
he
because
was-
you're an anomaly or because you're unique.
Right. And it
Yeah.
turned out it was my voice, but
It's your
I had no
voice.
way to know. At that point, I was in my late 20s, and I was like, I really just don't want to go backwards. And so he was like, well, you should be a hypnotherapist. That changed your life. And I was like, I should be a hypnotherapist. That changed my life. And when I was young, I'd always said if I wasn't an actor, I'd be a therapist. So I went and I got training my last year in London, kind of knowing we were going back to America, knowing that Toshiba, those big contracts, if you get a couple years out of those, you are lucky, right? And I ended up with 3, which was fantastic. So I just wanted something that I could do alongside to support my art that I didn't hate. And I loved it. So
Wow. Oh, here comes another bumper.
yeah.
Dare Mighty Things. All right. So now my question for you.
We keep moving. Are these London spaces? Is that where we
This
are?
is kind of a Seattle-ish background.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not really Seattle. It's it's an AI.
Okay.
What do you think about AI and how is it going to ruin the voiceover industry, do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
It already has.
You
It
didn't
already
even
has.
stop. You didn't even think about it for a second.
No.
Wow.
No, because I've actually talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
I think you and I have talked about this. I don't know if we said it yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in graduate school at the moment and becoming a therapist, like an actual clinical mental health therapist, with a license. And I mean, I had a license for Hypno too, but anyway. And that's because AI has tanked
Really?
voiceover. And I could see the writing on the wall. And the pandemic didn't help either.
Why is
Just
that?
in terms of like, it used to be that when you did a job, you went to a studio, and then people who worked a lot had a home studio, kind of like I have. And in the pandemic, everyone had time
Yeah.
and some people had money. And so everyone got a microphone and became a voice actor.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow,
the
yeah.
market flooded to the extent, here's the most interesting part, I think, to the extent that people people started, they didn't know, they weren't actors, right?
Yeah.
It used to be that if you were a voice actor, you were a trained professional actor with an agent. And so all these people who weren't actors were living their dream of becoming a voice actor.
Yeah.
And they didn't know how to do it. And they were getting hired for cheap because people wanted to cut costs. So they would go around an agent. We have these like pay to play sites now. And so then the sound that they wanted changed. So all the pros started getting casting specs that said, not like a voice actor,
Oh, that's
not
the
like an
worst.
announcer.
Ugh,
Yeah.
hate
So
that.
then they wanted us to sound like we
Real-
didn't know what we were doing.
Real person. We went a real
Just
person.
bananas.
Oh, God.
A real person.
A
Yeah.
real person.
Yeah. So it just changed everything. The pay to play sites changed everything. Like I wish I had better news, but that's
That's a good point
the
about the
reality.
pay to play sites. I didn't even think about really what the difference was. Now all of a sudden there's all these casting sites. There's like
Yep.
10 of them. And you have to like pay like a subscription to these things just to be an actor. And it feels like, what the heck is going on? The other thing though is you can't really direct somebody like that, and you can't really direct AI either. Very,
Right.
very easily to get exactly what you want in a quick fashion. So I would think that at some point, professional voiceover people might come back into the in vogue, I guess. But who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? I feel like everything is becoming side hustleable, if that's a word.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's
Right?
hustling. Yeah,
Everybody's hustling and everybody's looking for the quick, rich, rich, quick fix. And I get a lot of that. I have so many people that, they'll reach out after 15 years. Hey, we haven't talked in a long time. I'm thinking about,
being an actor.
doing some voiceover on the side. And I'm like,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you just reduce my career to a side hustle?
To a
Like,
side hustle,
you
right?
realize how rude that is? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I see someone's asking what pay to play sites. Great question. Those are sites like Voices 123, casting networks is a little different. But it's the site where anyone can put up a profile and get access to voiceover auditions. Those auditions are usually for jobs that are undercutting what like I would get paid through my agent. And it's actually really great, I think, for people that are starting out. I actually encourage my students, like before you go spend $2,000 on a demo, before you get a big home studio, like throw yourself out there because you might work and then it'll pay for itself, or you might never work, in which case maybe this isn't the career for you. So something to be said for like 6 months of that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are relying on that. And
Yeah.
and I don't even want to make it a negative thing. Like it's just the direction we went in. We can't fight it. It is what it is. Like there's no shame in the actors that are truly making a living and they're demanding good rates and all of that. It's through the pay to play sites. It's just different than when I came in, you had to be chosen and yeah.
You have to kind of roll with it. Sven over there in Belgium says, you are smart as hell. Wow. And Pam Palmieri
Sven.
is here
You are very
promotions.
kind.
Yeah, thanks, Sven. Right? Right. Sven gets a applause. Holy happy Friday. There, yeah, that's Pam Palmieri. She's a comedian out of Michigan. Great to have you here. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I want to talk about therapy. All right, can you tell me, it seems like a logical progression to go from acting to therapy. What is it that drew you to that? And how is it? Are you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I don't want to say like the best time, but I think that feels mean. I mean, the best time helping people through their problems. But
Yeah.
I love people. I've always loved people. I am curious to a fault. Some call it nosy. And so for me, it's a just a fantastic way to get curious about people. And it's exactly like acting, right? When you're an actor, you have to be super curious about your character. You have to believe that they're the good guy, right? There's that expression. Like, if you're playing the bad guy, you got to play him like the good guy because he
That's
doesn't
for
think he's the
sure.
bad guy. He thinks he's the good guy. And so really being able to like step into the phenomenological world of a character is no different than stepping into the phenomenological world of your client.
So you say you put yourself in their shoes, sort of? Really?
You have to, right? Because I can't, my job is to be present with my client in a way that makes them feel seen and heard, to help them feel safe, to unpack whatever it is they're dealing with and put pieces together. I can't, they're never going to feel safe if they don't feel like I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because isn't
That's
that the worst when
empathy.
you're telling somebody your personal thing and they just don't even get it? I know because
Yeah.
I'm a stand-up comedian, so I know.
I love it. Yeah, so it's all empathy, right? Like
Yeah.
actors have to be extremely empathetic to do their jobs. We have to really be able to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, and you have to be extremely empathetic to be a therapist. And so it's not that it's just actually not that different. And I use a lot of metaphor in therapy. That is a hangover from hypnotherapy. And acting is so much of that too. It's, you have to be creative and think on your feet. There's a lot of improv in therapy too. And so I ended up here partly because of AI, and partly because when I was doing hypnotherapy is very like wham bam, thank you ma'am, right? You come in with a problem, we're going to see you 2-3 times, you're going to leave with a solution. And I got to the point with some clients where I was like, you would really benefit from looking at this differently and more deeply and more expansively. And I'm not, it's not appropriate for me to do that. That's out of my skill set and out of my scope. And so my husband, again, I was like, man, like, my income is dropped. Like, what are we going to do? I can see the writing on the wall. And he was like, well, maybe it's time that you go get your license. Like, you've been talking about that for forever. And I was like, I should go get my license. So here I am. I'm really close. I'm almost done. Well, not almost, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm seeing clients. I'm a therapist with an I after my name, with an intern.
Can you tell me, and sometimes like stand-up comedians, sometimes that's a real sweet spot when you're new to it because you're so interested in it. Those
Right.
people are very, they're good listeners. Can you tell me though, was it like acting school where they're like, there's 6 different paths and you can either go down this path
Oh my gosh.
or you go down
No.
this path?
That is exactly what it's like. And it's driving me crazy.
I bet.
Because there's all these counseling theories and everyone is like, you have to pick one. You must be grounded in a theory. And
That
I'm
would be
like,
hard to choose,
it's so hard.
especially for people like us that like to do a lot of different things.
Right. And I do feel like the overall messaging is it's okay to have a few that you pull from, which is where I'm at. I have like 3 or 4 that sort of shape my view on people. Like, how do people develop? How do people change? How do we become who we are? I definitely have a theory that is mine that is from about 3 or 4 different theories. But the funny part was my skills class where you're learning counseling skills was literally set up like we're going to break you down and build
Really?
you
It was
up.
just like
And
acting school.
and it was just like acting school. And I remember saying to my classmates, like, as long as they don't like throw keys at me and call me ugly and fat, I think I'm going to be okay. Like, I have
Did they
done
do
this
that in acting
before.
school? They threw keys at you?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Someone threw keys at me.
Oh my God.
And I had one teacher stop in the middle. This was like my freshman year.
Yeah.
Just stop me in the middle of a scene and be like, stop, stop, stop. I hate it.
They're so
Great. Okay,
awful.
thank you.
They're so awful.
Awful. It was
Oh, and those
so
programs
awful.
too, they like cut people a lot of times after like the first year. So they break you down and then they cut you loose.
And then they're like, good luck to you.
Have fun out there.
Tisch was
Pay your student loans.
Exactly. I mean, can you
nuts.
imagine the audacity?
Oh God, I can't even. You
So,
know, at Cal Arts, they used to have us clean the school. And then they would put these notes this is the last day. And then they put these notes in the mailboxes of whether you were able to continue or not. After you cleaned the school. Yeah. They're
I mean, can we talk for a
sociopaths.
second, though? They are. Thank you. But like, this is the thing. Can we talk for a second about there is no other industry on the planet where people are like, yes, please let me clean your school so you can cut me. I'm so honored to be here. I think that this industry just like has created, I don't know, like
Sadism.
a sense of, yeah, or like we are
crazy.
not deserving. I am not
Yes.
deserving. Let me
It's
clean your
awful.
school.
There was one
Yeah,
guy who
I don't
took
love
his
it.
letter, didn't open it, and tacked it to the wall and left. I really admire that guy.
Good for him.
He's like, screw
Yeah,
this.
he's like, F this noise. No thanks.
Yeah, you know, but anyway, so therapy, learning therapy is not
Therapy.
quite that bad.
No, it's been significant because it's not personal, right? Drama school, it's like it's so personal. It's about how you
Yeah.
look and
Yeah.
how you walk and how you sound. I mean, it's like it is an embodiment of you. Whereas
Yeah.
counseling is like it is a skill, right? So they're not attacking you personally. Like you're an ugly counselor. You know,
I know, they used to
There's
say
none
that
of that.
kind of shit. They'd say that kind of shit.
of course. Like, oh my God, have
I
you
remember
thought
being
about
told I
dying
was too
there?
fat. I was in drama school,
yeah.
and they said you're too fat. You just have a much lighter personality. So I remember getting so mad because it really pushed my fat kid button. I got like ridiculously
totally.
0 to 60 mad. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah, all the time. Like, if you thought about dyeing your hair, have you thought about
Yeah.
this? Have you thought about losing 20 pounds? Have you thought about,
Yeah.
you should really, like, you are not enough was the constant
That's the
messaging.
thing. And the thing is, the thing you need the most as an actor is
Right.
self-confidence. So they just take that away from you.
Yeah. I wish we could fix it. It's like there's a
System.
few broken systems in my life that I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like we could fix this if
Yeah.
we just thought critically about it,
Yeah.
But
Oh my God. Okay. Well, where do you think you're going to go from here? Are you going to just do therapy, or are you going to still do all of the things? Like you got a play.
Yeah.
You have a play.
I do have a play. The play came at the most interesting time because I was working with my own therapist on, I was really feeling some feelings about leaving this profession.
Kamala
Bikini
was
work
told her
wasn't
bikini work wasn't strong enough. That's great.
I want you to put it on a pillow on your couch. Like, my bikini work is not strong enough.
Sorry.
That's epic.
That is
That's
epic.
epic.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was asking you
I
the
was,
big question.
That's okay. No, I appreciate that was amazing. Yeah, I was really feeling feelings about leaving this profession behind, and the play happened right in the midst of that. And what was so clarifying when I was working on the play was like how lit up I was about it. So I think where I'm going is this. I think that until my kids go to college, I really can't be on stage. It's too hard.
Yeah.
I'm a parent first. I have a lot of, I'm a parent coach. Parenting and parent education is something I'm passionate about, and it's part of where I'm going. So I can't sacrifice the mental health of my kids for this thing that could wait, right? So I will probably wait to perform again until they're gone, but we're really close. They're 14 and a half. And then I think that I have to do client work, and I want to until I'm licensed. So that's the next probably 4 years. And then after that, I see myself in private practice, and I see myself doing a lot of public speaking. I am really passionate about parent education. I think if we could get to children in utero and give them everything they need, this is so idealistic. I appreciate that as I'm saying it, but it's like if every child before they were born came into love, came into healthy parenting, came into healthy emotion regulation, we would have a totally different universe. So I want to be some small part of something to do with that. So I want to do a lot of public speaking, parent education. And that's, I think, where
How
it's
did
going to
you
go is some
learn
combination of that.
about parenting? Because I heard you talking with this on a podcast where you're talking about giving your kids chores.
Yeah, my kids
That was such an interesting discussion that you were having about you give on their birthday, you give them a new chore and a gift at the same time.
a
Maybe
new
you can-
chore and
yeah.
a new freedom.
New freedom. Okay.
So they have a new responsibility, and with that new responsibility comes a new freedom. Because that's the goal, right? I'm not raising kids, I'm raising adults. And so I want them to grow in responsibility. And as they do, their reward is that I have less and less and less control over them.
Oh, I see. So
Right?
it's like a
Because they're
freedom.
showing me, yeah, like every step of the way, they're like, look how responsible, look how responsible. And I'm like, great, here's some more freedom, here's some more freedom, here's some more freedom.
Do you send
And
them
so
to
they
New
look
York?
forward to
Is there some day they could go to New York? 14. Here's some pack of cigarettes. Start walking the
I mean,
street.
here's the thing. I believe they could. They're not what I'm worried about, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they are so responsible and so capable.
They sound great.
They are great. They are super great. So yeah, that's how we've done it, and they do so much, especially now I'm in grad school. I mean, they are active participants in our home. We see ourselves as a team. We call ourselves Team Dorrian. They know that the team wouldn't work without them, and kids need that. They need to feel like they belong, like they matter. Like that's a protective factor against suicide ideation, is knowing that they belong and they matter. And crazily enough, chores is one way that you do that.
Yeah, that was so
Because you're
interesting
like-
what you said. Did you say, because you were talking back and forth, did you say like when you were a kid you didn't have chores and you think that that actually was not helpful to you as an adult?
Correct.
Yeah.
It was terribly unhelpful.
Terribly unhelpful.
Terribly
and then
unhelpful.
chores become like a
hate-
horrible
I-
thing. It's rather than
Yes.
it's like your
And I think-
participation in life, in the group.
Yeah. And as an only child too, right? Like I had a wonderful childhood. I just want to be clear. And I think I came out like with some minimal only childness, but it's there.
Yeah.
But I think especially as an only child, and my parents divorced when I was 12, like I think that if it had been posed as a sense of belonging and togetherness and things we do together, it would have felt very different. And I think that's how my kids see it. I mean, no, they're not like, yay, I can't wait to empty the dishwasher this morning. But like my son, who empties the dishwasher every morning, understands if he doesn't empty the dishwasher, then his sister can't do the breakfast dishes. And if the breakfast dishes don't get done, then mom or dad is going to have to do an extra chore
Yeah.
that they haven't made time in their day for. And so they're like, well, why would I do that when I can just do my thing that I'm responsible for? And in exchange for that, you know, I am seeing that compared to my friends, wow, I have a lot of freedom. We have a lot of open, honest conversations. Like, we're not punitive with them. I mean, I could talk about parenting all day.
I love that though. But where did you learn all this stuff about parenting? Did you read a lot of books or what? Did this just
Yeah,
come naturally?
I read books, and honestly, a lot of it was my hypnotherapy work, because
Really?
I saw so many patterns in hypnotherapy of like, what are some things you like, what are things that can cause someone to start smoking that you would never put those things together? Or, you know, what are the ways in which things showed up later? And it was always that that something major happened through the kid's eyes, and the parents brushed it off as like, oh, it's no big deal, because to an adult it wouldn't be, but to the child it's huge. So what I realized was so much of who we are and the things that we are fighting against all the time can come from even the most loving parents not understanding what a child needed in that moment. And so that's where a lot of my passion is, like, how do we help kids feel really valued, seen, like their voice matters, and like they belong. And so that informed a lot of the way I think about parenting. Yeah.
That's so interesting. And then you send them to drama school and it messes the whole thing up.
Right.
No, but I love that.
I mean,
Also,
I'd like to think those programs have come a long way.
No,
Come on.
I know
you
we're
know.
pissing on them. We don't even know what they're like now. But the thing is, when you have a chore, when you have a certain set of chores, you know those are your responsibility. And then it also frees you up because you're like, that's not my responsibility. This is my responsibility.
Totally.
And then you
This is my
value,
responsibility.
you're
Sometimes
like,
they'll help
oh,
each
that
other.
person is doing that for us. You know, like my wife and I have
Yes.
chores like that too, where, and it isn't the kind of thing where you don't feel like you're laboring and you're being put upon. You just feel like, oh, I do this and she does
Right.
that. It's great. Yeah. And you know,
And look how our house moves, right?
Yeah.
Like our household works because everyone's involved.
everyone's involved. Wow. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Lee says, we are who
Yes,
we are
that
going
is
to be by
absolutely
age
right.
7. The programming and framework
correct.
is done, and the rest of your life is about living within that. Wow.
Yep.
You believe that?
And that's
too,
what I
huh?
saw as a hypnotherapist. Everything I saw happened between the ages of 2 and 9, and generally 7 was occasionally 9, occasionally a little bit older. You get like a phobia that was created a little bit older.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff, the core beliefs of self, the core understanding of emotional regulation, understanding of how like we talk in therapy about schemas, like what's my schema of how I view the world? What are my core beliefs? Those are all formed by the age of 7.
Did you ever see that movie
Yeah.
7 Up and 14 Up and 21 Up?
No, but I have heard
really
so much
interesting.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're worth watching. Really nice movies. All right. Well, I guess we're done. Unfortunately, we're at the time, but this has been super interesting having you on the show.
Fun.
Really
Thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me. This was awesome.
Thanks for being here. Go Hawks, as it were.
Go Hawks.
Got to bring it full circle. Now we're going to do a dance break. I've got this video that they made during the pandemic, which is the One Voice Children's Choir. I don't know if you've ever heard this. They're singing a Maroon 5 song. I can't say I'm a Maroon 5 fan, but this is beautiful. And so we're going to go out on this. Kira says she wants to talk to you about Kamala says she wants to talk to you about your play, and she'll email you.
Sure.
So I will hook you to
Does she have will you make sure she gets my email?
I will make sure.
Awesome.
All right, let's
can't
do this
wait.
thing.
Yay.
Dance break time. She's a director and also my wife. So there you go. So we'll see what happens.
I love it.
All right, dance break time.
Here we go.
Have you seen this?
I have not, but I love it already.
Here's to the ones that we got.
Amazing.
Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Close to the ones here today. Close to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain. When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. 'Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day, yeah.
Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday, yeah.
But everything will be alright. Go with your voice and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Close to the ones here today. Close to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost. When I felt that all the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feels like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, let you know I'll never drop. Yeah.
Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts
Anything better
someday.
than children raising their voice in songs? Like, no.
It's incredible.
Raise your
Right?
voice and say, hey.
Literally the
Cheers to
best.
the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the dreams bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. awesome
violin.
way, 'cause the dreams bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. Do 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 do.
How do they do
Memories
this?
bring back,
Great.
memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Memories bring back you. Here's to the one. Memories bring back you. Memories bring back you.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Wow.
kiddo. He was conducting?
Yeah,
That was amazing.
that must be the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. All right, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for a great show. Thank you, Kira.
Thank